They did not allow any vehicles into the school. And I want to show you what started all of this. You can see the memorial over there for 19-year-old Gerard Adams. And 10 minutes ago, I knocked on this door at this home. We had seen JSO approach them within the past hour. But take a look down there. You can see that there's a Safe Touch surveillance sign. Now, likely police were here looking for surveillance. And I want to show you this home down here. This is where we saw investigators go in and out of this entire morning. They are relying on the public's help. And we moved across the street. I want to show you some of the damage to that building from where the Camaro smashed into it. He says instead the men drove through this apartment complex and they parked their car right here. Take a look. You can see an evidence marker here. Now, earlier we saw the Impala get towed away. We know that they parked it here before the driver, according to JSO, took off running down this breezeway. Now, the officer says that he saw that driver reach into his waistband several times, and the officer thought he may have a firearm on him. Men in a four-door sedan pulled up alongside him. Someone inside that sedan fired multiple gunshots. And from there, neighbors say that he was able to make it over here where they found him laying down near this white vehicle. We've watched over the past half an hour as their presence here has significantly diminished. Earlier when we arrived, we saw 6 JSO vehicles. Now there's only about 2 blocking off this street. Now we know as that rainfall increases and as that tide rises, we may even see some of this water trickle further and further up the shoreline. They tell me they will not have lifeguards out on their beach stations. Instead, they will have an emergency team that has undergone special training, and they are going to be inside of the station here. Now, I went and I spoke to family members next door. They told me that even worse than the flames here was hearing those children scream. This is just a very, very heartbreaking situation. I also spoke to a Fernandina Beach business owner yesterday, and he told me all he wants is for these Carolinians to feel comfortable while they're in Florida. He says, as a Floridian seasoned with hurricane experience, he knows exactly what they're going through. And if you take a look at my Twitter over here at Versa AN Jax, I also have the bag requirements before you can get into the stadium. Neighbors tell Action News Jax they may even ask the Homeowners Association to make Rallis leave the neighborhood. Now, I've been digging through court records. I learned that a judge set Rallis's bond at $150,000. It also says that Rallis retained a bondsman, so he likely only had to pay 10% of that amount to bond out, and now he's back home. His return has neighbors uneasy.
We've got grandkids that come over here.
Police say Rallis raped a 15-year-old boy in Volusia County while staying at a friend's house. We played you those frantic 911 calls Thursday after a witness says he walked in on Rallis in the act.
I just found him in there about 10 minutes ago and locked him out of my house.
You saw him doing this?
Yes. I walked in on it.
An incident report shows Rallis worked at Orange Park Medical Center. The hospital tells Action News Jax he was a first-year resident and is now suspended.
He was talking about how he's wasted almost a decade of medical school, that his life is now turned upside down.
He's charged with sexual battery of a victim between the age of 12 to 18. If convicted, Rallis will have to register as a sex offender.
I said, I'll tell you the truth. I was on the news, and I said, I hope you didn't come back because of all the children around here. You know, I said, but you're the one that has to face the jury.
Sexual battery on a victim between the ages of 12 to 18 is a first-degree felony. It's also a strict liability crime, meaning the state only has to prove that the act occurred. Now, I'm working to learn what the next steps are for Rallis's license. Reporting live, Versa Ladas, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax. Yes, but that scene has since been cleared within the last half an hour. They cleared it. Now, we changed positions to give you a little bit of a different perspective from what friends are telling us happened here. Now, they say that that man was traveling down this road, East Lily and Northeast, when he went around this curb. They're saying that's when he veered off the road and his car went right here where you can see tire tracks. They're saying that's where it came to an immediate stop. Now, friends are saying after that, they believe that that man took off running down this street to that location where we showed you earlier where those evidence markers previously were. Now, neighbors here are telling us they heard between 5 and 7 gunshots. I spoke to a woman who says she is the sister of that man, and she tells us that he is a father of 2. She also says that he is an African American and that he's now dead, and she wants answers. We also spoke to other community members here who say they are very concerned about this. They told us what they heard.
I heard seven shots, back to back. It wasn't no stop. It wasn't no nothing. It was just boom, 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 boom.
This could have been prevented and should have been prevented.
Now, we've reached out to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to find out if they have any dash cam video of this, and also to find out if the officer that was involved in this shooting is on leave. When we get that information, we will update it on the Action News Jax website. Reporting live, First Law, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax. Yes, they have an emergency meeting at 2:30, and the press will not be allowed there, but we know that they will have a news conference at 4. Now, moments ago, I just learned about a new safety protocol that they're implementing here. If you take a look here, you can see the parents are dropping their children off outside of the school. Now, the children have to walk in from the school. This is something that they don't usually do. They're trying to keep the inside of the school secure. And I also want to show you over here this memorial. Now, this is for the 19-year-old J-Rod Adams who died. Mayor Lenny Curry also tweeting that he believes that this was related to gang violence and it will not be tolerated in our schools. Now, we spoke to School Board Chair Paula Wright, who told us what questions she has for JSO about gangs in our children's schools today.
How many do they think are a part of gangs? How many gangs? But the community needs to understand that too, so that we're prepared as a community and as parents, as guardians.
And I also spoke to Paula Wright. She says that they will have grief counseling here today for students, and depending on the information that they get from that, they may be implementing even more procedures. Now, school starts at 7:15. I am working to learn what additional security measures they have here. Reporting live, Versa Lal Das, CBS 47, Fox 30, Action News Jax. And I was able to walk inside the office and confirm with them that they have extra security guards present here on campus. Now, those extra security guards are behind these vehicles that you are seeing right now. We also spoke to a parent who says despite the extra police presence, she still doesn't want to take any chances with her daughter.
It's ridiculous. It's always something.
It's not what Erica McGee says she expected when she let her 10th grade daughter leave for school this morning. This answering message on her phone.
Good morning, parents and guardians of Ed White students. This is Principal Batiste calling to inform you that we have been made aware of a social media post made recently that threatens our school today.
McGee says to be on the safe side, she took her daughter out of class.
It's a good school. She's coming back. She's staying home. She's coming back. It's just today she's going home.
Action News Jax showed you these social media posts this morning, prompting the district to give me this statement, saying there would be extra security guards and it would be investigating the threat. It's one of several social media threats surfacing in the district. Last week, a threat surfaced against a school with the initials MHS, which prompted extra security at Mandarin High School and Middleburg High. I showed neighbors across the street the threats.
Knowing this, I'll just kind of keep an eye out for anybody I might see.
And what else we know the district has been doing to cut down on some of these social media threats online for students, all new at 5. Reporting on the west side, Versa Lal Das, CBS 47, Action News Jax. And in that video, you can hear a friend say the gator was taken from a retention pond near Topgolf here on the south side. In this now viral video, you can see Robbie Stratton with an alligator in hand running through a convenience store.
I think it got like 17,000 views before I even knew it was up.
Stratton is seen taking the reptile into the beer fridge.
I don't even remember coming up here.
Stratton says he was under the influence at the time.
There was a lot of alcohol I don't even remember the names of that happened that night.
Stratton says the FWC is investigating the incident and he could face up to 5 years in prison or a fine.
Oh yeah, I regret it. Yeah, I definitely regret it. It was stupid. It was stupid.
Stratton says it was a poor decision and one he regrets. And if you're wondering what happened to that gator, well, Stratton says he released it. Now, I'm currently working with the FWC to learn what, if any, charges will be brought against Stratton, as well as if he'll have to pay any fines. Reporting this morning, Versa Lal Das, Fox 30, Action News.